of this information to Millie Weaver, and she put out a report. And even though I had legal access, because I had my username and password, the minute she did that report, almost instantaneously, the website was taken down. They just uphauled the whole server.
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Who do you think is pulling Biden's strings? Is it former Obama
people
officials?
that you've never heard of. People that are in the dark shadows. People that...
What does that mean? That sounds like conspiracy theory. Dark shadows.
No,
what is that?
People that you haven't heard of.
When the first Shadowgate trailer was aired, a little-known Anonymizer project called Ion 2 was scrapped. On the day of Shadowgate's release, a well-planned, targeted smear campaign by media outlets and social media influencers was launched to distract away from the subtle panic the military-industrial complex was going through in the background. While everyone was distracted by my bizarre arrest and the mainstream media's hit pieces on the whistleblowers and myself, people didn't notice that the military-industrial complex themselves started pulling pages off their websites in a mad panic.
The movie was actually about, Dynology, Jones Group International. These people are pulling their websites down. You got the military-industrial complex shutting down for a day. It was like amazing. Everybody's pulling their websites and stuff.
The web pages of Dynology, Jones Group International, Clearforce were removed, modified, and changed in what appears to be a cover-up. The day the trailer for Shadowgate 2.0 was launched, where Patrick revealed he was blowing the whistle on Leone, a military-industrial complex PSYOPs contractor, then Leone subsequently pulled pages from their website.
I resigned in disgust, having me secure a classified network with Linksys home Wi-Fi, and I'm not gonna do it. The owners owed like $4 million in back taxes. It was an article by USA Today that exposed that, resulted in Camille Chidiac attacking those journalists. And I would add, a third-party investigation also determined that they used highly advanced anonymity, like you would get through Anonymizer, then turned into Intrepid.
But why? What was so dangerous about Shadowgate and our whistleblowers that the documentary created such commotion and chaos?
Leone misappropriated contract funds, doesn't go toward secure routers and systems that would protect the safety of American troops right after you left and decided, I'm out, I'm not doing this. These were some of the highest mortality death rates. How likely is it that troops died because of this misappropriation of funds?
I can do you one better. How likely is it that when we left Iraq, and General James Jones, retired four-star general, took the capabilities that we had developed, which ended up becoming ShadowNet and made commercially available, how many people actually died? How many of our troops died? But I would argue even more, would ISIS have taken over after we left?
The documentary created such commotion and chaos.
It's been the most confusing release or premiere of any movie, I think, in the history of mankind.
Which resulted in YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms banning it entirely off of their platforms.
YouTube banned it, saying it was hate speech. Facebook banned it.
Hate speech? What is that?
Shadowgate was about the deep state, so I guess it's hate speech if you are exposing the deep state.
We've offended the military-industrial complex. They're a person now, so you can't do that.
That is the subject matter for this documentary.
That actually looked pretty good for Millie. That made me worried that I disavowed her too soon.